Greetings of peace and prosperity. Good day, everyone. Today, we're going to discuss the significant role of nanotechnology in the continued pursuit of clean and renewable energy and enhancing its power efficiency. So, the topic that I'm going to present is entitled Power Efficiency: How Nanotechnology Fuels the Future of Energy Saving. Basically, the main objective of this presentation is to show several research studies that serve as evidence of how significant the role of nanotechnology of today's continued pursuit to enhance the power efficiency of different sources of renewable energy. But before we proceed, let us first have a brief background of what nanotechnology means. So, nanotechnology is the science, engineering, and application of materials and devices with structures, properties, and performance characteristics at the nanoscale, typically between 1 and 100 nanometers. And since we're talking about materials at the nanoscale level, at this scale, materials often exhibit unique physical, chemical, and biological properties that differ significantly from their bulk counterparts. That's how unique the material is in the nanoscale level. And due to this uniqueness, the nanomaterials shows greater significance in many major fields. And these fields are first, the energy efficiency. Nanomaterials enhances the efficiency in solar panels, batteries, and fuel cells, making them more efficient, lightweight, and durable. And also in medical advancements, nanomaterials enables targeted drug delivery systems, early disease detection, and improved imaging, and many more. And in agriculture and food, nanomaterials increases crop yields through nanofertilizers and pest control, and even enhances food safety with nanosensors for contamination detection. And in electronics and computing, nanomaterials leads to smaller, faster, and more powerful devices. And in environmental benefits, nanomaterials clean up pollutants. Example of this is water purification and as well as air filters. And lastly, in material innovation, nanomaterials produces stronger, lighter, and more durable materials. And all of these are just the summary of the importance of nanotechnology. But among these benefits, we are now focusing on this specific field, which is the energy efficiency. So I will show several research studies for us to all the more understand the specific nanomaterials the researchers use in these studies for the enhancement of energy efficiency. The first research is entitled Effect of Gold Nanoparticle Distribution in Titanium Dioxide or TiO2 on the Optical and Electrical Characteristics of Dye-Sensitized Solar Cells. But what are these dye-sensitized solar cells? It is a type of third-generation photovoltaic device that converts sunlight into electricity using a photosensitive dye instead of a traditional semiconductor materials like silicon. And in dye-sensitized solar cells, titanium dioxide plays a critical role in enabling the conversion of sunlight into electricity because it serves as the semiconductor material and the scaffold for dye molecules. And the objective of this study is to investigate the influence of the distribution and incorporation of gold nanoparticles within the titanium dioxide photoanodes on the optical absorption and electrical performance of the dye-sensitized solar cells, with the aim of enhancing the light harvesting and the charge transport efficiency. And amazingly, the result of their study shows that the optical and electrical performance of the dye-sensitized solar cells is strongly influenced by the location and incorporation of gold nanoparticles within the TiO2 matrix because of what we call the localized surface plasmon resonance, or the LSPR is one of the unique properties of the metal nanoparticles. So your uniformly distributed gold nanoparticles improve the light absorption, which results to raise the photocurrent density and the total power conversion efficiency. The second research is entitled Investigating the Influence of Diverse Functionalized Carbon Nanotubes as Conductive Fibers on Paper-Based Sulfur Cathodes in Lithium-Sulfur Batteries. So the previous research is all about energy harvesting, while this one is all about energy storing using lithium-sulfur batteries, which are a type of rechargeable battery that use lithium metal as the anode and sulfur as the cathode. These batteries are being developed as the next generation alternative to lithium batteries or lithium-ion batteries, which are the most widely used type of rechargeable battery today. They power everything from our smartphones, our laptops, or even electric vehicles and grid storage systems. So the objective of this study is to investigate how different surface functionalized carbon nanotubes affect the structural, mechanical, and electrochemical performance of paper-based cathodes in lithium-sulfur batteries. The aim is to improve the design of flexible, high-performance cathodes for next-generation energy storage systems. And the study demonstrated that the right combination of carbon nanotubes functionalization can simultaneously optimize mechanical robustness and electrochemical efficiency, making paper-based sulfur cathodes more viable for practical application in lithium-sulfur batteries. The third research is entitled The Hydrothermal Assisted Approach Improves the Photocatalytic and Energy Storage Performance of Novel Copper Selenide, Titanium Dioxide, Graphene Oxide Composite. So these three substances combined is used as an electrode material in supercapacitors, hybrid supercapacitors, and other energy storage and photocatalytic applications. So that's why the objective of this study is to synthesize a novel copper selenide, titanium dioxide, graphene oxide composite using a hydrothermal assisted method and evaluate its photocatalytic efficiency in degrading methylene blue dye and its electrochemical performance as a supercapacitor electrode. So the hydrothermal assisted synthesis actually is a material synthesis technique that involves using hot pressurized water or aqueous solutions to grow or form a chemical compound. So typically, these compounds are nanomaterials, crystals, or composites under controlled conditions. So the hydrothermal assisted synthesis of the copper selenide, titanium dioxide, graphene oxide composite leads to significantly enhance the photocatalytic degradation and energy storage capacity, making it a strong candidate for environmental and energy applications. So it's a promising study. The fourth research is entitled Titanium Dioxide Coated Silicon Nanoparticle Core Shell Structure for High-Capacity Lithium-Ion Battery Anode Materials. And the objectives of the study is to develop a high-performance anode material for lithium-ion batteries by fabricating a core shell structure where silicon nanoparticles are coated with a titanium dioxide shell. So the key objective was to improve the electrochemical performance of silicon anodes which are known for their high theoretical capacity, but the problem is it suffer from poor cycle stability and volume expansion during charge-discharge cycle, which is one of the most common problem encountered with the lithium-ion batteries. So the result of their study shows a successful demonstration that the titanium dioxide-coated silicon nanoparticle core shell anode exhibited this following. First, improved cycling stability compared to bare silicon. High specific capacity, retaining a significant portion of its capacity over multiple cycles. And lastly, it enhanced electrochemical performance, including better rate capability and capacity retention. So the fifth and last research is entitled Competitive Coordination-Oriented Monodisperse Cobalt Sites on a Nitrogen-Rich Porous Carbon Microsphere Catalyst for High-Performance Zinc-Air Batteries. So zinc-air batteries are type of metal-air electrochemical cell that generate electricity through the reaction of zinc metal with oxygen from the air. And they are known for their high energy density, lightweight, and environmental friendliness. That's why the objective of this study is to design and synthesize a highly efficient non-precious metal electrocatalyst for these zinc-air batteries by anchoring monodisperse cobalt active sites onto the nitrogen-rich porous carbon microsphere support. And the result is this. So they found that the monodisperse cobalt sites coordinated with nitrogen in the porous carbon matrix exhibited excellent bifunctional catalytic activity, and the catalyst delivered superior performance in rechargeable zinc-air batteries, including the high power density, long-term cycling stability, and low overpotential during charging and discharging. So these are some of the several researches that proves that the nanotechnology has its significant role in today's continuous pursuit of clean and renewable energy, especially in energy saving and energy storage. So for the latest update regarding nanotechnology, it continues to play a pivotal role in advancing energy conservation and sustainability. So here are some of the latest developments as of May 2025. So fuel cells and catalysts, especially in extended fuel cell lifespan, solar energy innovation like perovskite solar cells and solar cell fabrics, as well as the energy storage and batteries, which is what I have presented earlier. Those researches talks about energy storage and batteries to enhance the battery performance, and sustainable energy and environmental applications. So pollution to power conversion and biofuel production. And lastly, the energy efficiency in buildings, the phase change material. So these are the latest updates or researches that is already in progress, especially in the field of nanotechnology. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you've learned something new. And by the way, I am Ronel Impujas. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.